Hello Cancer, welcome to this reading. We're going to be taking a look at the career and financial energy for the sign of Cancer for the month of November. Now do keep in mind that this is a general reading, so take the messages as they resonate, drop the ones that do not, and also check out your sun, moon, and rising signs. All right, let's go ahead and see what we have here for you, Cancer. Do make sure that you are subscribed to the channel for future updates from me. I'm using the Gilded Tarot as well as the Kipper Oracle deck, and I am doing a pyramid spread. So decided to bring the pyramid spread back. Let's go ahead and let's make sure we're all set up here and in view. All right. I think that looks just about good enough to me. I'm going to put this right here, and then I'm also going to just put this right over here. All right. So, Cancer, obviously here, there could be a surprise showing up. I would say watch the Scorpio reading if you resonate with that, or if you have any Scorpio placements or anything. They also had a very interesting tower moment, but you have the tower in the middle. So that's the overall situation here. So this to me would suggest that there's something here that is going to change the path that you're on potentially, or what could be happening here is that some of you have some type of false belief that needs to get cleared by the universe. The tower is actually a blessing in disguise because it allows you to see where you need to make changes, or it allows you to see where, where you thought things were stable but actually aren't stable, right? Nobody wants to live in a house of cards. This could be leading to a really nice offer here in the future. I think that some of you here have had an important choice to make. The choice could be coming quicker than you may realize, or quicker than you may be expecting here. So diving into the reading, the tower in the overall situation, again, I've already explained it here, because I kind of just started the reading off with it. But again, the tower is a blessing in disguise. It says that there is something being cleared. I do get a sense energetically that something is being cleared for you. And again, you may not see it coming. It may be a surprise. It may be a shock to the system. These are all things that come forward with the tower. But some of you really want a new offer. Okay, some of you really want, well, I don't even know if it's what you want. It's more so the universe is saying, we kind of need you to move in a different direction, or we kind of need you to see this prospect or this opportunity. It's sort of like the universe is trying to nudge you here, and this could be a very obvious nudge with the tower, I guess is the way that I would say it. Now, in the past, you have the Strength card and the Lovers. So this is Leo energy, the Strength card, and the Lovers is Gemini energy. Now we start the reading off here with 3 major arcanas. So major arcanas in tarot represent bigger events, bigger life situations, potentially. The Strength card is about willpower. It is about standing strong in your convictions, having inner strength, having the courage to, for example, tame a lion or walk next to a lion here, as you see this person is doing. And it can really be also about vitality. I just got the word vitality, and that came into my mind as I was looking at the Strength card. You have it here with the Lovers, which in a career and financial situation would represent an important choice that you have to make in life. It can also represent needing to juggle tasks, priorities, kind of keep everything in the air. When you have the Lovers card, as Gemini is the sign of duality, you can see there are 2 people, 2 dolphins on the card, dueling nature of things recently. So there's been a choice here. There's been a lot on your plates here recently, I feel. And this is kind of, some of you, I just see you sort of like, keeping everything together, putting it all together, it's almost like keeping things afloat here recently. And it's almost like this tower moment is coming in to change something and maybe even give you a break, or even give you an opportunity, because I almost get a sense that whatever it is that you've been doing here has required a lot of energy. The other thing about the Strength card is it's the energy of energy. And maybe even this choice that you have to make has been occupying a lot of energy or taking up a lot of mental space, taking up a lot of head space. Something like this here is showing up in the cards. Now, in the future, you have the Page of Pentacles as well as the Two of Swords. So this is so interesting because the Two of Swords is sort of like a blind spot, right? It's something that you are blind to for whatever reason, something that you can't see coming for whatever reason, something that you are maybe just needing to be honest with yourself about as well. That's the other thing with the Two of Swords. Like it does ask you to like look within and say, you know, is there something that you're honestly missing right now? But I think more so in this reading, the Page of Pentacles is indicating a prospect or an offer, with the Tower indicating a surprise. This is something that is going to sort of fall into your lap. I just heard it like that. Like there's going to be something that falls into your lap here. And what I would say is, you know, I want to see what cards clarify first and foremost. But what I would say is, don't be afraid to potentially step out of what is familiar. Don't be afraid to maybe try something where you may need to go into it completely blind or blindfolded. In other words, the way that don't put yourself in danger, but the way that I'm thinking about this is, like, have you ever seen one of those job applications and it has like 1 million qualifications listed on the job application or the job posting? And it's like maybe you meet 3 of the 12 job qualifications. What I'm thinking here is, just in this example, you still applying for the job application even though you only meet 3 of the 12 requirements. And that would be like you walking into the situation sort of blindfolded, not necessarily, you know, knowing that you're not necessarily on paper the perfect candidate, but it doesn't mean that you can't get the job. And in fact, a hack a hack or a tip here is almost nobody meets the qualifications, like every single qualification of a job application. And if you do, you're probably overqualified. So you should always be trying to apply for opportunities or investigate opportunities where you have some room to grow and learn. And I think that this is what this is about, okay? So let's go ahead and let's move up the pyramid. So you have the Hierophant, you have the Temperance card, you have the Seven of Pentacles, and you have the Knight of Pentacles here. All right, so, you know, you have the Lovers and the Hierophant, 5 and 6, and then you have 8, right? So very similar, like in terms of the timeline of the major arcana here. You know, these cards are very close to each other. And, you know, the idea with the Hierophant in this case is it is the place that you work. It is the organization that you're a part of. It is the traditional way that you may approach work or your career situation. And you have this combined here with an important choice with the Lovers and the Strength card. An important choice that will require you to move away from something that is familiar, or with the Strength card, it would be like you trying, like daring to do something different, right? Having the strength, having the courage to do something different here with the Hierophant and the Lovers and the Strength card. The Temperance energy says that you know, have an ability to alchemize something. This is a major energy of alchemy. You can see that the person on the card, or the angel rather on the card, is kind of combining elements between the cups. And so basically it's one of these things where it's almost like you take one step forward and the universe is just going to start stepping with you, you know? That's kind of this reading here. As soon as you take that first step, everything is going to kind of just easily fall into place. If you don't take the first step here, the Tower card is going to, with the Tower, it's sort of like the steps being taken for you, right? It's sort of like, well, here's a surprise, you know, here's a smack from the universe, you know, here's here's a wake-up call from the universe here. And It's almost like that, where I feel like some of you, it's important that you try something new at this time. The Seven of Pentacles says that you've been in a situation for a long time. This person is contemplating a new direction or a new journey, okay? And it's connected to money. The Seven of Pentacles here represents many times like long-term investments that have paid off. And so this could be referring to retirement accounts, maybe like real estate, something long-term that you've been in for a very long time, for a while. But this person is kind of getting old of the same old, or getting tired of the same old, and they really need something new. You have the Knight of Pentacles as well, which is an event in the financial areas. So with the Page of Pentacles, Knight of Pentacles, and the Seven of Pentacles here, it's almost like this Tower feels very good in that, it's a long-term change that happens suddenly, potentially. But at the same time, some of you are going to want to make sure that you're not falling into the trap of complacency. In other words, if you've been doing the same thing over and over and over again, and your energy is being drained, it's time for you maybe to investigate what else is out there. Let's go ahead and let's take a few of these Kipper cards. Let's take a few of these Kipper cards here. Okay. All right. So you have 4 cards that came out. You have, if I can line these up here, you have main male, distant horizons, house, and false person. You may come to some sort of understanding about somebody that shocks you or surprises you here with the Tower. Could be a Taurus with the Hierophant, maybe a Leo, Gemini, Taurus, Leo, Gemini. I'm getting energy like that. Just take it as it resonates. They could be any sign, any sun sign, but they could have that energy about them. I love the distant horizons and house combination for you, because this could signify a long-term house move. This could signify you selling a house, maybe purchasing a house. I think some of you might be selling here. Obviously not financial advice, but with the Seven of Pentacles, Knight of Pentacles, Page of Pentacles, I do think that this could show up here, and it could look pretty good for you. Now, the thing about the Distant Horizons card is it could suggest that it's 3 to 6 months away, or 3 to 6 months in the future. So yeah, what kind of changes that up though is the Tower card, which is more of a sudden change. So let's try to get some more details on this. You have the 10 of Swords, you have the 6 of Swords, and you have the Queen of Swords. All right, so swords here in the 3rd layer of the pyramid. So swords represents communication. It represents, it's a cutting energy, okay? And I definitely feel like you are, it's almost like the universe. I know this sounds spiritual and this is like a career and financial reading, but it's almost like the universe is cutting something out for you, or giving you the opportunity to cut something out for you here. I've been saying this over and over again, but it's one of these readings that just feels like confirmation after confirmation here. 10 of Swords is an ending. Here, again, this is something that is, the Strength card seems very important to me in this reading for you, which is, again, I need to be very clear, this is something that's not easy for you to do, but it brings great rewards. It brings great rewards. The 6 of Swords is about transitioning to somewhere new in your life. It's letting go of whatever is painful or whatever is challenging for you. And the Queen of Swords is about focus. The Queen of Swords will cut anything out of their life that isn't in alignment or doesn't help them get to where they need to go. And for you with this transition here, for you going to somewhere new, it's like, some of you may be cutting the dead weight, or you may be cutting something that simply just isn't supporting you in your path anymore. You have the Moon, and you have the 5 of Wands here showing up. So the Moon says that there's maybe something in your life at this time that's not as it appears. I do think that some of you recognize that there's change on the horizon here. Okay, I think the moon, you could consider, like, you could associate the moon with just intuition. I do think some of you have an intuition about something. Maybe even this is connected to a conflict with this Tower card. You know, like I said, you do have this main male and false person. I think that there could be a conflict here. Obviously, this would be maybe work or business related, as we're looking at your career and financial situation here. But I do think that maybe some of you have a sense that something like this is shifting. Pretty heavy Gemini energy here with this, the Queen of Swords and the Lovers, but also, as I said, Leo. Also, we have this Tower card, which is Mars. Mars is in retrograde throughout all of November. And so Mars is about action. It can bring about disagreements, and conflicts, rather, is, I think, the way to say it instead. At the top of the pyramid, look, over and over again, there's a burden that you are carrying on, or that you're holding on to here, that's being cleared with this Tower card. It's actually a blessing in disguise for you. Just to be clear, I want to leave this with you, which is, this is clearing for a very important reason, okay? This is clearing for a very important reason for you, and it's to remove this burden. Now, it is going to require that you have the courage to start something new, or to do something different in your life. You do have the Queen of Pentacles on the bottom, which is a really practical energy. I do think that staying practical in the face of maybe any sort of changes here would be very important, but overall, I would say that this is good because, again, there's a clearing of something that is no longer in alignment for you. So thank you so much for being here. If you enjoyed this, hit that like button, subscribe. Really appreciate you, and I will see you in the next reading.